Hi, I'm Dr. Neil Thompson, chiropractor at Align for Life, the Isle of Man's Family Wellness Clinic. And today I want to talk a little bit about tension, and in particular tension in the muscles. So what is very, very common when stress is abounding, and we all know life at the moment is somewhat stressful, I think we can all agree on that, we get tense. Our muscles literally start to tense up. And one of the things that can make that tension even worse is if we are deficient in magnesium. And I'm going to just share with you just a couple of reasons as to why we might be deficient in magnesium. And the number one culprit is not just that we don't eat enough foods with magnesium in, although that is part of it, because most of your magnesium is coming from vegetables, but also one of the main reasons, in fact really the number one reason, is sugar. Yes, sugar once again is your enemy, because when we consume sugar, effectively it causes magnesium to be leached out of our cells. So when your sugar levels are too high, magnesium is leached out of your cells. That's just the way it works. I'm not going to go into the details of the biochemistry of how that works, because you will all be fast asleep within literally 10 seconds. Just know that when you have a lot of sugar, magnesium is leached, i.e. is expelled out of your cells. And when you're talking about muscle cells, it means now your muscle cells are deficient in magnesium and you end up excreting it all. So even if you're consuming large amounts of magnesium in the form of supplements, etc., if you are consuming large amounts of sugar, and I don't just mean your obvious sugar culprits like biscuits, chocolates, cake, etc., but it's the less obvious ones. Anything that's starch, basically bread, pasta, potatoes, okay, that's at the end of the day just gets converted to sugar. Your cells become leached of magnesium. Magnesium now is going to be depleted in your muscles, and as soon as muscles are depleted in magnesium, you end up with tension, all right? More muscle spasms. It even can increase things like restless leg syndrome, cramps, very common, and it could just be lots of knots in the muscles, and even can contribute towards forms of fibromyalgia. So, you know, there's a lot of things that can start to go wrong here. And also that can cause all sorts of problems with neck pain, back pain, and various other pains in the body as well. So my big top tip today is, if you want to reduce tension in your muscles and reduce knots building up, try and limit the amount of sugar that is being consumed. And remember, sugar also causes your immune system to crash. Remember, it competes with certain receptors on your cells that normally bind to vitamin C, and when those cells are filled up with sugar molecules, your cells cannot bind to vitamin C, which means vitamin C cannot get into your cell, which means your cell now is deficient in vitamin C, and that means your immune system is going to be compromised, because we know your immune system cannot work well without vitamin C. All right, and also vitamin D3 as well, by the way, which we know about. We've talked about that in previous talks. So anyway, top tip today, reduce tension by reducing the amount of sugar. That's going to reduce the amount of magnesium that's leached out of your cells. Hopefully you'll find that helpful. So don't just rush to the supplement shop to buy loads of magnesium supplements. Just cut out the bread, the pasta, the chocolates, the biscuits, you know, all the sweetie treat stuff. And you'll be amazed at how that's going to help reduce the tension. If there are still further problems with tension in the body, knots, muscles, pain, aches and things, you know, certainly you can give us a call, and there's lots of other things that we can look into, because there could be a lot of other things that could be causing those problems as well. That's just one of them I've touched on today. Take care. Bye for now.